Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Tech India. This is going to be session 4th for the series AWS Solution Architect exam preparation. And if you have not watched the previous videos, I would suggest you to go for the first video and then follow this complete series in order. In the meantime, let's start this video with our 16th question of the series. A company hosts a data lake on AWS. The data lake consists of data in Amazon S3 and Amazon RDS for PostgreSQL. The company needs a reporting solution that provides data visualization and includes all the data sources within the data lake. The company's management team should have full access to all the visualizations. The rest of the company should have only limited access. Which solution will meet these requirements? Here are the options. Go through all these options, understand the requirement. Only company's management team should have full access, and rest of the team should also have access, but limited one. Now let me reveal the correct answer over here. Correct answer here will be option B. Create an analysis in Amazon QuickSight, connect all data sources and create new data sets, publish dashboard to visualize data, share the dashboards with appropriate users and groups. This one is correct because Amazon QuickSight's sharing mechanism is based on users and groups, not on IAM roles. IAM roles are used for granting permissions to AWS resources, but they are not directly used for sharing QuickSight dashboard. So option B is correct over here. Now question number 17. A company is implementing a new business application. The application runs on two Amazon EC2 instances and uses an Amazon S3 bucket for document storage. A solution architect needs to ensure that the EC2 instances can access the S3 bucket. What solution should the solution architect do to meet this requirement? Requirement is pretty simple. EC2 instance should be able to access S3 bucket. That's it. Here are the options. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option A. Create an IAM role that grant access to S3 bucket. Attach the role to EC2 instances. This one is correct because roles are designed to be assumed by entities like EC2 instances. And by creating IAM role with necessary permissions to access the S3 bucket and attaching this role to EC2 instances, you ensure that the instances can securely access the S3 bucket without needing to manage long-term credentials. So option A is correct over here. And IAM policy, this option is not correct because policies define permission, that is fine, but they need to be attached to the roles or users. And attaching a policy directly to EC2 instances is not possible. So this one is not correct. IAM group, this option is not correct because groups are managed to manage permissions for multiple users, not instances. And here, the permission to the instance is required. So this one is also not correct. And now IAM user, obviously you can understand. Users are intended for individual users or application, not for EC2 instances. So option A is only correct one over here. Now question number 18. An application development team is designing a microservice that will convert large images to smaller compressed images. When a user uploads an image through the web interface, the microservice should store the image in an Amazon S3 bucket, process and compress the image with an AWS Lambda function, and store the image in its compressed form in a different S3 bucket. The solution architect need to design a solution that uses a durable, stateless component to process the image automatically. Which combination of actions will meet these requirements? And here you need to choose two options. So here are options, and this time you will be getting five options. So take your time to guess the correct one. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. You can pause if you need more time. Option A and option B are correct over here. Create an Amazon SQS. Configure the S3 bucket to send a notification to SQS queue when an image is uploaded to S3 bucket. After that, configure the Lambda function to use Amazon SQS queue as the invocation source. When the SQS message is successfully processed, delete the message in the queue. And these two options are correct because of the keyword. We store the image in an Amazon S3 bucket, process and compress the image with an AWS Lambda function. This one is stated in the question itself. After that, durable is stateless component to process images automatically. And here SQS has the retention function to store messages, and by default it is 4 days, and you can create or update it to 14 days, right? So that you can rerun the Lambda function if there are any errors when processing the images. So this will be the benefit of Amazon SQS. And obviously Lambda is required for this as stated in the question itself. And if you want to ask why option number C is not correct, this is because Lambda function just run the request, then stops. The maximum timeout is 15 minutes. So we cannot store data in RAM of Lambda function. So this is not correct. Option number D is also not correct because we can trigger Lambda function directly from SQS. So no need of EC2 instances in this case because it will just increase our overhead and at the same time it will be costlier as well. And option number E, if you have gone through it, you must have clearly observed it is more or less the manual setup instead of automating it. There will be manual effort, so option number E is not feasible. So option A and option B are only correct one over here. Now question number 19. A company has a three-tier web application that is deployed on AWS. The web servers are deployed in public subnet in a VPC. The application servers and database servers are deployed in private subnet in the same VPC. The company has deployed a third-party virtual firewall appliances from AWS Marketplace in an inspection VPC. The appliance is configured with an IP interface that can accept IP packets. A solution architect needs to integrate the web application with the appliance to inspect all the traffic to the application before the traffic reaches the web server. Which solution will meet these requirements with the least operational overhead? Here are the options. Go through all these options and try to guess the answer. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option D because this is the option that will meet the requirement with least operational overhead. Deploy a gateway, deploy a gateway load balancer in the inspection VPC. Create a gateway load balancer endpoint to receive incoming requests and forward the packets to the appliance. And one more reason for D option to be correct is that gateway load balancer is a global service and it can be deployed in any VPC. This means that gateway load balancer can reach the appliance. Additionally, gateway load balancer can be configured to forward the packet to the appliance for the packet inspection. And in ChatGPT, you will be getting the answer as option B, but that is not correct. Option D is correct over here. Now, question number 20. A company want to improve its ability to clone large amount of production data into a test environment in the same AWS region. The data is stored in Amazon EC2 instances on Amazon EBS volumes. Modification to the clone data must not affect the production environment. The software that accesses this data requires consistently high I/O performance. A, sol- a solution architect need to minimize the time that is required to clone the production data into the test environment. Which solution will meet these requirements? Here are the options. Go through all these options, take your time to guess the correct one. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option D. Take EBS snapshot of production EBS volumes. Turn on the EBS fast snapshot feature on the EBS snapshot. Restore the snapshot into new EBS volumes. Attach the new EBS volume to EC2 instances in the test environment. And this one is correct because Volumes that are created using Fast Snapshot Restore feature instantly deliver all of their provision performance. And volumes created from normal snapshot will take time to initialize. So this is the difference, and due to this difference of snapshot restore feature, option D is correct over here. So friends, this was all in this video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great learning, and please do subscribe the channel Tech India.